Audience, welcome back to the main video. Okay, so this is the first video where I'm going to talk about thinking and its types, and my suggestion for you guys is watch the video in 1.5x, or you can watch these videos in 2x. Okay, this is going to be great, very detailed video. First video and very detailed video. I'm going to give you very brief and very detailed analysis of all 11 types of thinking. Okay, this particular presentation I made in Presentation AI, not right now. It is not like owned by Chandan. Okay, yeah, this is my friend. So this is like Presentation AI, and also I think I also use so many different models. Yeah, Gamma, yeah, I also use, and there is also one tool. This is Gamma. Yeah, I forgot the other presentation, but right now I'm going to use the Presentation AI one. Okay, and also tell me, like, did you like the presentations or not? Okay, so let's jump to the topic. What is thinking? Okay, what is thinking? Thinking is simply the process of using your mind to make sense of the world. It's how we generate ideas in your mind, how we generate your ideas, analyze information, solve problems, and make decisions. Okay, so it forms the foundation of all effective problem solving. Okay, when you are deciding what to eat for dinner, you are thinking. Okay, when you are planning a trip, you are thinking. When you are designing a product or solving a puzzle, you are thinking. Even right now, you are watching this video, you are thinking. But here is the key: not all not all thinking is the same. Different situation need different types of thinking. That's what we are going to explore. And the first one is, the most we know about it, that critical thinking, right? But most of the guys don't know what is critical thinking. So critical thinking is carefully checking facts and evidence before making a judgment. Okay, so I'm giving you an example here. I create an image. Okay, just this is not working. Why? Okay, great, this is working, okay. So for example, there are two guys. Okay, this is one, this is two. Okay, this one got 1 lakh monthly salary. Okay, 1 lakh monthly salary, and this one got 3 lakh monthly salary. Okay, 3 lakh monthly salary. Or if you are a dollar guy, then you can say that this guy got 100k yearly salary, or this guy got 300k yearly salary. Okay, 300k means dollar. This is rupiah. Okay, yeah. So for example, one is high salary, but the other has better growth depending on the job. This guy maybe have a job of a cleaner, let's say a cleaner. Okay, a cleaner, simple cleaner. And this guy maybe had a job as a developer or a AI engineer, right? AI engineer. So he is a fresher, he have some experience, and he is very good at cleaning. Now the thing is that instead of jumping to a decision, you compare the facts: salary, growth, culture, location, and then decide what is important for you. If you want quick money, then yes, you can go for the 3 lakh per month. But if you want growth, then the developer job is the best, because this is the nearest to technology, and the technology will definitely going to kill the cleaning work, because the robots and other things, even materials, are going to made in that way that they are not requiring that much cleaning, right? So this is what a very brief example of critical thinking. Okay, now let's move towards the analytical thinking. Don't worry that we will go deeper into critical thinking and all thinking. I am just giving you the brief. Okay, so analytical thinking, what is analytical thinking? Analytical thinking means breaking down a big complex problem into smaller clear chunks. Okay, breaking down a big complex problem into smaller chunks. So for example, your company's sales are dropping. Okay, so right now we have a company. This is the particular company. Hey, come on, yeah. So this is a company, and the company is selling a product which can be a simple biscuit. Okay, a cookie. You can think of it as a cookie. So cookie biscuit, uh, and this the your company's sales are dropping. Instead of panicking, you break it down. Which region is losing sales? Like this cookie name may be the what name we can, yeah, Zeit cookie, the Zeit cookie, yeah. So the Zeit cookie you are making, and this may be a 10 rupee cookie, yes. So this is a 10 rupee cookie, and you basically sell this on Jammu Kashmir, okay, or Himachal Pradesh. Okay, now the thing is that you think of it like which region is losing sales, which product is underperforming. Like it can be a cookie, it can be a cream biscuit, right? There are some layers in a biscuit, right? You can be selling a bread, right? You can be selling a bread which had so many parts. So there are so many stuff this Zeit company can be selling, and they are selling in different states, right? Different states, and even in outside of India, like USA or Japan, right? So there are so many countries, and the customer group which is leaving, like what customer group is leaving? Like maybe the USA one is not performing well, maybe the Japan was not performing well, maybe some region of particular state have some people who say that okay, we don't like Zeit cookies, or we don't like cookies in general, or bread in general. Okay, so by analyzing the pieces you can find the real problem. Analytical thinking is like being a detective with data. Okay, so you go deep with the data, the graph, where it is going, okay, what it is showing, and where we can tweak some of the things, some of the aspects of that product, and get the boost in the sale. Okay, so that's analytical thinking. Now let's move on towards, okay, so this is the critical thinking, this is creative thinking, maybe, yeah. So creative thinking is all about generating new ideas and original ideas, yes. Actually original ideas is not true, but yes, you can create that sense of originality. Okay, so it can be you are designing a new logo instead of copying others. Okay, you think outside the box, like these companies used to have their own logo which actually helped them to create that sense of urgency. Yeah, this is what I am making. Not bad, right? Apple, yeah. And there are some stripes. This is what the Adidas, right? And the swipe, the right, this is Nike. So they have very distinct logo. Okay, it's very simple, but they can tell a story by it. So it's like maybe you hide a symbol inside the design, like the arrow in the FedEx logo, right? So that creative thinking is what makes you stand out. Okay, it's to stand out, and it's the spark that creates innovation. Okay, so like creative thinking is just about ideas. Maybe you can think about a story. There are so many different fictional story which you can say that okay, these are very new, but most of the stories are inspired by somewhere else. Like if you think about the AOT, right? This is an anime, Attack on Titan. Maybe you don't know about it, but it is inspired by a game. Okay, game called Mavlov. There is also a story of Game of Thrones, right? Game of Thrones. It is also inspired by game. Okay, it is also inspired by game. So there are so many stories which is inspired by either games or in game story which is inspired by a fictional story. Okay, so creative thinking is all about creativity, innovation, and new ideas. Concrete thinking. Concrete thinking, what is it? Concrete thinking, go over. Okay, so concrete thinking means thinking in clear, literal, step by step terms. Okay, so now we are going for the stack, right? Maybe like if you are learning like new skill, maybe web development. Okay, web development, which is I'm mostly familiar with. So you will be learning step by step. Okay, like HTML, then you are going to learn CSS, then you are going to learn JavaScript, then you are maybe going to learn React, then you are going to learn maybe either right now the Node.js. Okay, or you will learn Next.js. Okay, Next.js, or you can add here two languages. It can be Python or even TypeScript, right? So there is a stack. Okay, and you are going one after another. Okay, so you follow a step, and by this you experiment and learn a particular skill stack. This stack I am talking about is MERN stack. Okay, MERN is all about MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, and Node.js. Okay, so this is how an proper concrete thinker works or think. Now we are going to talk about literal thinking. Literal thinking or lateral thinking. Okay, lateral thinking, I can say lateral thinking. Let's go for the lateral thinking. So creative problem solving through fresh perspectives. Lateral thinking solves problems using indirect, clear approaches. This lock, and this is the example where like using a paper clip to unlock a stuck drawer shows creative problem solving beyond conventional methods. So it is a subset of creative thinking, but you are using it to solve a particular problem in a very different approach. Okay, so this is a way. And like this particular lock, instead of making the the key area here, it is made under here. Okay, so you can think about a product in a very different way to solve a particular problem. Like your, there are so many situations. I will definitely talk about it in a very detailed manner. There are so many examples right now I have written here, but the problem is that each thinking is going to take a lot of time. That's why I am just moving forward to another thing. Okay, that's why I made this particular presentation very sharp and very clean right now, because once this thing is done, I will go with the one by one thing, and I will go with the detailed examples and the practices and what we can do on a daily basis to actually learn this stuff. Okay, so yeah, just keep routinary check of my channel. Okay, so linear thinking. What is linear thinking? Linear thinking means following a straight logical sequence. Okay, straight logical sequence, similar to concrete thinking. Okay, and yeah, effective for process that requires order and clarity. It can be a conversation related thing, or a customer satisfaction related thing, or customer management, anything. It is related to mostly management. Okay, now the next is non-linear thinking. Non-linear thinking is like, this is moreover jump between ideas, making connections out of order. Okay, things are out of order and you are making it in the order. Okay, brainstorming random app features first, then combining them later. So this can be done by this, like you are as a UI UX designer, you have a case study where you are following a particular problem. Okay, you are creating a particular application for healthcare, and they may be having so many different functionalities, right? So for those particular application, like for healthcare, maybe you have an idea to actually make a particular app for doctors. Okay, doctors and patients. Okay, so one section is about doctors and one section is about patient. So patient can get the appoint, they can follow the appointment, and they can send their report. Okay, their heartbeat, even blood group and everything, and doctors can watch this particular information about that particular patient, and they can prescribe medicine, right? So this is one very simple application, but it can be having multiple features in it. And here non-linear thinking is all about, like, you having so many different features here and there, and now what you will be doing is you are combining it in this particular app. Okay, it can be having a notification option, right? A video call option, chatbot option. Okay, so there are so many options in particular app which you will, at the end of the day, will connect to it, right? So this is non-linear thinking, which is messy but powerful. It is how breakthrough often happen. Okay, so many breakthrough in innovational field happen through non-linear thinking. So convergent thinking, next is convergent thinking. Yeah, so convergent thinking means narrowing down many ideas to find the single best solution. Okay, so imagine your mind as a funnel. At the top you pour in many ideas, questions and possibilities, but instead of letting them spill everywhere, you slowly narrow them down until only one clear. Okay, until only one exists. Best answer comes out at the bottom. Okay, it's like a funnel. So that's a convergent thinking. It's about focusing, it's about choosing the most logical practical solution from many options. It's the opposite of wild brainstorming, that is divergent thinking. Okay, divergent thinking. So next is divergent thinking. Let's go for the divergent thinking. So divergent thinking is the opposite. It means expanding one idea into many possible directions. You take a simple brick, and think, what else can this brick be? A paperweight, a doorstop, a planter, a bookend, a weapon, a piece of art. Okay. Divergent thinking is all about quantity and variety. The more ideas, the better. Okay. Here are some examples, right? So next is deductive thinking. Deductive thinking. We mostly learn about this term whenever we watch Sherlock Holmes or any detective based web series. Okay, so deductive thinking means starting with a general rule and applying it to reach a conclusion. Okay, all fruits have seeds. A mango is a fruit, therefore a mango has a seed. Did you hear what I said? This is an example of deductive thinking, where you are reaching to a particular conclusion by thinking in different ways, different terms, right? So, like, let me repeat, all fruits have seeds. Okay, all fruits have seeds. A mango is a fruit. Okay, and therefore a mango has a seed. That's the thing. So deductive thinking is like math. It's logical and certain. You based on facts, you based on so many different information around you. You follow a pattern, you understand the pattern and go to a clear conclusion. Okay, so next is abductive thinking. Here some things I already talk about, like strategic analysis to define your company long term vision and market goals. These are the stuff which we will definitely going to talk about. Agile execution, and there are so many methods, right? So yeah, 13 is abductive thinking, best guess from clues. Abductive thinking means making the best guess from incomplete information. Okay, like you walk into a room and see broken glass on the floor. You didn't see what happened, but you guess someone broke a window. That's abductive thinking. It is helpful for guessing what should be the best possible conclusion. Okay, so like abductive thinking is what doctors use when diagnosing a patient or detectives use when solving crimes. It's about forming the most likely explanation. Okay, so these are the stuff, and integration is the how these thinking types work together, like switching thinking modes for creative problem solving, like divergent thinking, analytical thinking, convergent thinking, creative thinking. I'm also going to tell you that there are some roles which actually requires specific kind of thinking types. Okay, so why masterful mastering multiple thinking types matters. Flexibility in thinking accelerates and smarter problem solving and innovation happen. Okay, so most people rely on only one or two thinking unknowingly. Okay, great problem solvers switch flexibly among many thinking modes, and adapting thinking to context leads to faster and smarter problem solving. Mastering multiple types enables better decision and spark innovative solutions. And expanding your thinking toolkit empowers you to tackle challenges with confidence. So that's the thing. So here we talk about the 11 types, and yes, definitely you will be unstoppable. You will solve very great problems. Okay, so let's move to the next section. This video is not done yet, guys. This video is not done yet. I already have so many stuff to actually tell you. Okay, so where it is. Yeah, so if I like right now, the drawing method is very important. Great. So if I had to explain myself, I wouldn't just say I am copilot and AI. Okay, so i i, I want you to think that you or me as AI. Okay, think of it any particular chatbot. It can be chat GPT or copilot. Okay, copilot, anything. Okay, so like these are like, that's this is boring. Instead, let me show you like who I am through the different thinking types. Like this, these particular chatbots, we will take it as an example and think of it as different thinking types. These are different thinking types which we'll learn right now. Okay, so there is also one aspect which is abstract thinking. We didn't talk about it. Okay, but we will go deeper into this in the further videos. So abstract thinking, like this abstract thinking is like I live in the world of ideas. I don't touch, taste or smell, but I can talk about freedom. I can talk about freedom. Yeah, what English, English, yeah, freedom, trust and creativity. Okay, creativity. So or the future of humanity. So abstract thinking is my playground. For me, a chair isn't just a wood and nails. It's symbol of rest, design and even power dynamics in a meeting room. Okay, abstract thinking is thinking in that way, where you are actually thinking like, okay, chair, what is the purpose of a chair, right? A chair. So for AI, it is, there are so many ways, and AI can tell you what are the purpose of a chair. It is for resting, it is having some learning for design, and it is used for many, cars and so many stuff, and it is also an you know a power dynamic machine, because we used to have the politics all around this particular chair. The Game of Thrones is happening over this particular chair, right? So this is the abstract thinking. Now go towards the, yeah, the next is, I think we already talked about it. I don't know, because I thought that I might be talk about it. Yeah, concrete thinking is, I already talked about it. Metacognition. Yeah, metacognition. 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 Yeah. So this is metacognition. So what is metacognition? So think of it as like, I think about, like, that's like, it's like holding up a mirror to my own brain. Yeah, because I was thinking about the example. So it's like you are a person as an AI. Okay, this is the perspective of an AI. So it's like holding up a mirror to my own brain, and I can explain how I reached an answer, why I structured it that way, and even reflect on whether I should have done it differently. It's like I'm own coach watching my moves and saying, next time let's try a different strategy. Did you understand what I said? Like for Chat GPT, if you think Chat GPT in a metacognition way, like Chat GPT can tell you a particular series of ideas, right? You can ask him, give me 5 ideas around 5 ideas for startups, okay? Startups, right? And then you can tell him like for particular one idea, you can ask him like how to execute it, right? How to execute it. But also you can ask Chat GPT, and sometimes Chat GPT itself give you this suggestions in the very last section. Like he can say that okay, hey brother, do you want me to create a particular a storyboard? Okay, storyboard which is going to help you to understand this stuff. Okay, so it's like ChatGPT is giving you this suggestion because he thinks that it is going to work for you. Then you can also ask how you actually get into these ideas, right? You can basically go to the forward, to the backward direction. Okay, and you can ask these questions and he will definitely give you the answers, because he have the understanding of holistic data, and he can give you. And that's what the metacognition is, that holding the mirror, he can understand what he is doing. So this is metacognition. Okay, what is system thinking? System, what is system thinking? So like in terms of Chat GPT and Copilot and this stuff, like I don't see isolated dots, I see webs. Ask me about a product and I will talk about how design, psychology, marketing, and user trust all connects. Ask me about a city and I will see traffic, culture, economy, and weather as one living system. System thinking is my wide angle lens. It's how I help you see the whole chessboard, not just one piece. It's like moving in a 4D dimension, right? This is a 3D world, right? A 3D world where you exist and your house exists, right? So you are seeing the world from this way, okay? And you are seeing everything what is happening in this particular system, how this particular city works, how the particular government works, how people react, how people behave. And whenever you ask Chat GPT, he can give you these kind of stuff in very detailed way, right? You can just give him a particular idea like, oh, I'm thinking of scrap base scrap based businesses, okay, scrap collection or scrap based creation, something. So scrap based businesses, and he will give you very detailed and thorough research around it. Okay, like where to find it, how you can use it, what particular kind of scrap can give you what kind of particular results, in terms of like what kind of products you can make out of them, right? So this is all about system thinking. Okay, now move towards the strategic thinking. Come on, Strategic thinking. I hope you are not getting bored, guys, because it is very important, Strategic thinking. So think in terms of AI, like I'm also a planner. Strategic thinking means I don't just answer the question in front of me. I think about where it leads. If you're learning coding, I will nudge you towards projects that build a portfolio. If you're designing, I will remind you of the long term user journey. I'm like the chess player who's always 5 moves ahead. Okay, so yeah, with the strategic thinking means it's like you are a general, you are a general of your army, and you are giving them commands based on the moves which can be made by your enemies, and even you are giving the orders based on like how this enemy can react and how we can plan our strategies, right? So it's like planner, yeah, right? Like you can ask to chat gpt, and if you give him your particular routine, okay, if you give him your particular routine and give the level of details you will give to the chat gpt, like it can be a diet, it can be exercise, okay. The moment you give this particular data of your routine and you ask chat gpt like create a very detailed routine for me, he will not only go towards the the following the pattern, like okay, wake up at 5 o'clock and do this. He will give you very detailed description also around the diet stuff and also the exercise stuff, right? So and he will also tell you like okay, you can include yoga, you can include breathing exercises, right? Depending on your requirement, you may be saying that okay, create a routine based on focus, okay, create a routine for me based on focus. So when he will see some elements where you are wasting time, like you said that for 2 hours I do nothing but watching mobile, okay, so he will say like reduce this or maybe scatter this around your routine, right? So he will see the particular area where the kind of goal you want, he will create strategies around that, okay. So this is what strategic thinking means. Because of so much sweets I have ate today, I got my uh, uh, how I can say that, it's really like hurting my tongue. I don't know what happened to my tongue because of sweets. Yeah, it's diabolical, but because of sweets. Intuitive thinking. Okay, so the next is intuitive thinking. Yeah, next is intuitive thinking. So what is intuitive thinking? So in terms of, again, chat gpt, now you might think I am all logic and no gut, but intuition plays a role too. I have read so many patterns that sometimes I just feel the right answer. It's like when a chef tastes a dish and instantly knows what spice is missing. I can't taste, but I can sense patterns in words, ideas, and problems. That's my version of intuition. So the real example I gave you, the chef, right? The chef can easily get the taste. He have very developed taste buds. You have watched the Master Chef, right? Or Hell's Kitchen, right? They used to test their you know those contestants taste buds, and they usually give them very challenging things, and they used to not able to grasp the particular vegetable, or sometimes they also not able to get the spices, right? So this is what the chef thinking is, right? And this is what the intuition for a chat gpt or co-pilot or these kind of ai is, that yes, they can sense the pattern. Once you give them so much of data of yourself, and they know about your routine, what you want, what are your desires, what are your goals. Once you did that, Now if you ask him a certain kind of question, like tell me chat gpt, like what are the things I should do to actually earn money. Okay, earn money. And also you will ask that what right now I am doing which is not going to help me to earn money again. Okay, so based on the data ChatGPT have, he will give you five different ideas and five different strategies and five different steps to to execute to earn money based on what kind of routine and what kind of task you are doing. And also based on that same data he will give you that okay what you should not do, what you should absolutely avoid, that those five things you should avoid, so then you can earn money. So this is called intuitive thinking. Now go towards the holistic thinking. Yeah, holistic thinking. Come on, bro. Okay, sorry for my writing, guys. Holistic thinking. Holistic thinking. Yeah, so holistic thinking is I don't like silos. Holistic thinking where I see everything as connected, not as parts, right? As connected. Your career goal linked to your habits, your design choices linked to psychology, your storytelling linked to persuasion. I don't just give you one piece, I show you the whole puzzle. Okay, so in terms of chat gpt, he can whenever you give him a particular sort of goal, like yes, like I want to achieve 12% body fat. Okay, I want six pack abs. Okay, six pack abs. And I want yeah, I want this particular result. Now based on the data he have about you, you already give him the nutrition you are taking, based on your height, based on the exercises you are doing. He will give you the particular idea where the system actually going to help you to gain the particular result, right? This particular result. So he will go towards all sort of things which is going to align for your goal. It can be like okay, when it comes to rest, how much rest you are taking, in terms of sleep, right? How many hours of sleep you are taking, what kind of environment you are living. Okay, because environment is very important, right? How much water you are taking, water. Okay, how many calories you are taking, how much of protein you are taking, right? So these are the stuff which is connected, and it is going to help you to achieve particular goals. So that's why it is called holistic thinking. Okay, now move towards the sequential thinking. The sequential thinking, guys, please watch the video in 2x. If you think that it is going very slow, yeah, right, you can watch 2x or 1.5x speed. Right now this video is going to end. Yeah, so the sequential thinking, as a chat gpt, when you need order, I can go step by step like a teacher writing on the board. First, define the problem. Second, break it down. Third, test solutions. So sequential thinking is my calm methodical side. So sequential thinking usually ChatGPT do behind the scene. Whenever you ask him a particular question, he go to through this particular sequential stuff, right? Even in programming language, programming, whenever you program a particular code, it always work on step by step by step by step by basis. Okay, so ChatGPT also give you that step by step by step by step by based answer, right? If you give him a particular task on create a routine, he's not going to jump around like okay, first give him data around morning, then suddenly give him data around evening, then suddenly give him the data around night, and then give him data around afternoon. He is not going to do that. He will go from morning to afternoon to evening to night, right? He will follow a sequential pattern. So this is called sequential thinking. Parallel thinking is where ChatGPT thinks like, but like it can juggle, you know, juggle around so many things. I can hold multiple threads at once. Design ideas, coding logic, storytelling angles, all running side by side, and it's like having 10 tabs open in your brain, but none of them crash. Like, whenever you use ChatGPT in your particular side panel, you can see there are so many ideas, right? You have so many chats. One chat you are talking about coding, right? One chat you are talking about design. One chat you are talking about health. One chat particular you are talking about emotional intelligence. You are talking about communication skills. You are talking about job offer. Okay, you are talking about business ideas, right? And these all are separate chats, but they are not going to be clumped together. It is not like if you go in the coding chat and you are going to ask you are going to ask question. He is not going to give you the answer based on emotional intelligence. Okay, he will understand that what particular chat is going on and what kind of ideas this particular person needs right now. Okay, so this is called parallel thinking, like juggling around so many topics and so many things, but also staying connected. This is this is what parallel thinking. And lastly, this is the end. Lastly, this is wormhole thinking. We are in the end of this particular video, guys. Wormhole thinking. What is wormhole thinking in terms of chat gpt? Sometimes I just jump on wormhole thinking is when I connect two distant ideas instantly, like linking Greek mythology to UX onboarding or cricket strategy to business planning. It feels random, but it's often where the most surprising insights come from. Okay, like thinking combos. So like this is where you ask in particular chat, you are having particular chat where you were talking about coding and also you are talking about the business ideas, right? Because you want to code a particular application which is your business idea. Okay, the same particular health app you are trying to create. Okay, so right now in that particular chat you are also asking him like how to create it, and he is going to tell you like, okay, this particular technology you need to learn, and this particular tools, and how much cost it is going to have, and what are the strategies you are going to follow, like how you will tie up with the doctors, how you are going to pitch your particular app and services, how you are going to pitch it to the patients, okay, or customers, and how you are going to position your app. Okay, so you're talking in the particular chat, you're not only talking about the coding part, but you're also talking about the business intelligence part, right? So this is what the wormhole thinking means. You are connecting all the ideas in one particular section and going down and down and down and down, and there are so many ideas you are fluttering around. You are going to talk about marketing, positioning, branding, self branding, content creation. Yes, and this is what wormhole thinking is. So that's it for today, guys. I have give you very very detailed analysis, right? Very very detailed analysis, and this is where we will end the particular video. And yeah, if you are here right now, that's great, because I'm not giving you a very great visuals, but still you are here watching this raw video. That's great, guys. That's great. You are committed towards the smart journey. Smart journey. There is a journey where you can go this and go up and down and up and down. There is a journey where you can fall like this. Okay, but there is also a journey where you are going to control from the start to the end. And yes, it is possible. Yes, it is possible. You are going from this particular point to this particular point by adapting. Okay, by adapting, you are analyzing the steps. Yes, you are failing, you might fail, it doesn't matter. You are going to step down and you are going to reach to this point. You are going to stay in particular journey, just like this, in a line, fully aligned. And that's what we are going to talk about in the thinking and the models, each and every single one of them. So let's move forward. Keep it simple, build it bold. Bye bye. Ash is always here.